Wow, the sequel to I Know What You Did Last Summer is actually absolutely brilliant. They improved all of the issues from the first movie and made a banging second installment. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel Lifestyle Critic. I hope you're having a brilliant day. So in this video we are going to be reviewing I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, which is a teen slasher movie and is the sequel to the incredibly popular I Know What You Did Last Summer film series, and this is the second installment as far as the three-part series is concerned. Now I genuinely really enjoyed the second installment. I absolutely loved the twist, I absolutely loved the adrenaline, I absolutely loved the setting. I absolutely loved all of the new characters. I think they improved on the first one so dramatically. They literally took all of the issues with the first movie and improved upon all of them in this one and made a really slick second installment, and is a really great example of how you do a sequel, very similarly to how Scream 2 is also a really good example of how you do a horror sequel as well. And I'm going to be breaking everything to do with I Still Know What You Did Last Summer in this movie review. So the storyline in this film is set a year after the events of what happened in the first movie, and the main lead character Julie is finding herself in summer school where her and her roommate win some tickets to go to the Bahamas. However, once they're over there, they quickly learn that their island dream escape turns into a literal nightmare, with the Hook killings from the first movie coming back again and haunting all of them and all of the residents in this island. Now from a positive point of view, like I said, they improved upon all of the aspects from the first movie. I mean, first of all, the location is super exotic on this island, which is really cool. It's also so much better paced. One of my main issues, like I said in my first movie review, is that the first film does go up and down quite a lot in terms of your enjoyment. However, this time I feel like they're definitely able to keep your attention throughout the movie, and it's really cool. All of the deaths are also a lot more innovative and there are a lot more of them in this film as well. I really enjoyed the clever twist at the end of this film as well. I feel like you're also a lot more connected to the characters, and in turn it feels really intense as you're just feeling all of the pain and all of the craziness that they're going through, you're going through as well as an audience member. And I feel like the lead character Julie is so much stronger in this film, and I quite like how they still have all of the settings of the first film, for example all of the coastal spaces through the Ray character. So they kind of blend and bring back the first movie whilst also taking the characters to a brand new location really well. However, from a negative point of view, I guess they could have had a couple of more friends within this group, and they could have done a little bit more with the brilliant twist when it happened. But that being said, from a storyline point of view, I really enjoyed the ride that they take you on in this film. So from a cast and characters point of view, I Still Know What We Did Last Summer is really good, as they've got all of the main survivors from the first movie back in this film, and they also bring a lot more diversity in this second installment, which is really great. So let's go through them one by one. So first up we have Jennifer Love Hewitt, who does such a better job as the Julie character in this film. Actually, I was quite critical of her in the first movie, as she really wasn't that great of a lead character. However, this time around, she's a much more credible lead character, so much more competent, so much more independent, and I feel like she is able to in turn carry this movie really well. And I also love how layered she is, as she is thinking that she is going crazy with some of the things that are happening in this movie, given all of the trauma that she went through in the first movie. So actually I feel like she is a much more layered and more complicated character, and I feel like this time she is able to definitely hold her own. And when she is in very difficult circumstances, you're really able to connect with her, and in turn I feel like she is able to carry this movie with grace, elegance, and is actually a really great contender against the awesome Sidney Prescott character. And I think it's really interesting how both of these actresses were in Party of Five at the same time. Next up we have Freddie Prinze Jr., who is also returning as the Ray character. And actually I really like how they had the other survivor in a very different location, having his own battles with the Hook fisherman, or with the Hook character, and he is then trying really hard to find the Julie character and somehow get to the Bahamas as well. So I feel like Freddie Prinze Jr., even though he was in a very different location, was actually doing a really good job in contributing towards the storyline in this film. Next up we have Brandy, who is playing a brand new character, Carla, who is a new friend to Julie, and very similarly to Sidney Prescott, people should be definitely very careful when they make friends with this character, as obviously she is now immersed in all of this craziness. And I feel like she's a very confident character, and is bringing a brand new dynamic and energy, and is not only a really good friend to Julie, but I feel like she's definitely able to be her own character as well. We've also got Matthew Settle, who is playing a brand new character, Will Benson, and he is a bit of a new love interest for the Julie character, whilst also having an awesome killer twist. And this character in particular definitely does encourage repeat viewing, so that you can see all of the clues that they were planting with this character across this movie. And I just feel like that killer twist right in the end of this movie is executed brilliantly, and you really wouldn't expect it, especially as this actor then went on to play nice guy Rufus in Gossip Girl. And we also of course have the fisherman back, who is also so much better, so much more layered as well as a character, especially after everything that Julie and Ray went through at the end of the first film. I mean, Jack Black is playing a super irritating character, and if anything does detract a little bit from this movie. But that being said, there are quite a lot of deaths with all of the other secondary characters, and so I feel like from a cast and characters point of view overall, they definitely bring so much to the table in this movie. So from a visuals point of view, I absolutely loved I Still Know What We Did Last Summer. There are so many wicked visual little nods that they've got in this movie. For example, first of all, of course, like I said before, so much more exotic location being on this paradise type island. And I even love how they use the weather to indicate the change in tone for the characters on this island. So for example, when they first come onto this island, it's very sunny, very paradise-esque. However, then when Ben the fisherman with the hook comes onto this island, there is so much rain, so much wind, so much terrible things happening on this island. And the other thing I love is that they can't really escape from this island. So it feels a little bit like Zombie Island back from Scooby-Doo days, in terms of they're on this island, they've got these killers after them, and they just can't go anywhere, they can't do anything, they're pretty trapped. And also the kills on this island are so much more inventive, so much more innovative, and a little bit more graphic than they were in the first film as well. And it's really, really well paced, so you're definitely feeling the intensity for all of the characters in this film. And so from a visuals point of view, this movie is a dramatic and vast improvement, not only on the first one, but also compared to other movies as well. Speaking of other horror movies, I honestly think I Still Know What You Did Last Summer is the best installment as far as all of the I Know What You Did Last Summer creation of movies are. Definitely better than the first one, definitely better than the sequel, I Will Always Know What You Did Last Summer, and God, so much better as well than the rebooted TV series. In terms of comparing it to other horror movies, I think this film is also a lot stronger than Black Christmas, The Faculty, Urban Legend, and also Cherry Falls. However, I don't think it's as good as Scream or Valentine. So overall, I'm sure you can tell, I really, really enjoyed I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. I feel like as a movie, it's really, really underrated. This is so much better than people give it credit for, and also is a really great example of how you do a sequel, as it does surpass everything from the first movie, and I think it's a vast improvement upon it, and much better location, much better death sequences, a much more compelling storyline. And I love the twist that they had at the end of this movie, and so for all of those reasons, I'm going to give it a solid 7 out of 10. Now I'd love to hear from you, so please let me know what you thought of this movie in the comment section below. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you in my next video.